Ikigai. Chapter 1. What is Ikigai? Ikigai, the Japanese concept of finding your purpose in life. Ikigai is a Japanese word that means value in living or values in life. It is related to everyday life and tends to be more pragmatic than simply idealistic. The concept of Ikigai can be traced back to the Heian period, 794 to 1185 CE, where it was derived from the word kai, meaning shell, which was once regarded as highly valuable. Each person's Ikigai is unique because people find joy in different aspects of life. It is not limited to work-related matters, as it is a much broader concept rooted in our everyday lives. It might be our work, yes, but it can also be a hobby, our loved ones, or something as simple as enjoying the company of friends. There is a common Western misconception that Ikigai must be related to one's career. However, this is a narrow definition of the concept, and for Japanese people, it is much broader. In a survey of 2,000 Japanese men and women conducted by Central Research Services in 2010, just 31% considered work as their Ikigai. In fact, Ikigai was most commonly related to a hobby or leisure interest, followed by family and pets or time spent with them. The word Ikigai is closely related to the Japanese proverb Hunin Tuaro, which means 10 people, 10 colors. It acknowledges that people are different in their characters, preferences, and the way they think. Therefore, it is only natural that 10 different people would choose 10 different colors when asked which is their favorite. The same is true of Ikigai. Each person's Ikigai is unique because we all find joy in different aspects of life, and there is no right or wrong answer. Although the concept of Ikigai might be so familiar to Japanese people as to be something they rarely discuss, they are reminded, through their language and culture, of the importance of the joy that is found in everyday life. There is a strong focus in Japanese culture on paying attention to the present moment. By exploring some examples of this tendency, we can understand more clearly why the word Ikigai exists in Japanese culture and not in others. In recent years, there has been an increasing focus globally on mindfulness or living in the moment. Popular blogs, best-selling books, and wellness experts all emphasize its advantages. For many of us, especially when we're young, life seems to offer so much to explore that it can be hard to sit still. We live like tuna fish, as though we would die if we were to stop moving. While the Japanese are no exception to this habit, many love to keep busy and are always looking for the next thing. They also have a deep appreciation for the present moment. They have a saying, Ichigo Ichi, which means one time, one meeting. It emphasizes that each moment is unique and will never be repeated. Therefore, it is essential to enjoy and appreciate it fully. Another example is the Japanese tea ceremony, or shinoyu. It is an elaborate ritual that dates back centuries and involves preparing and serving matcha, a powdered green tea. The tea ceremony is not just about drinking tea, it is a form of meditation that emphasizes the beauty of simplicity and the importance of being present in the moment. In the tea ceremony, everything is done with purpose and intention, from the way the tea is prepared and served to the way the guests receive and drink it. It is a practice that requires concentration, mindfulness, and an appreciation for the present moment. Chapter 2. Defining Ikigai. Ikigai is a Japanese concept that refers to the reason for being, or one's purpose in life. While the term is often translated to English as purpose, reason for being, or meaning of life, it has a broader and more complex connotation that is difficult to capture in a single phrase. In essence, Ikigai is a unique combination of what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. If there were 10 people, there would be 10 different Ikigai. If 10 people wrote their own definition of what Ikigai means, it might result in 10 different explanations. A person may have more than one Ikigai at any given time, and their Ikigai may change over time. We find different interests every day, and our source of joy changes accordingly. When I asked a friend of mine, Akiko, about her Ikigai, she told me that it changed after the birth of her daughter. Up until that point, she explained, her life was self-oriented, where she prioritized the things that gave her pleasure. However, with a daughter to care for and provide for, she now puts her daughter's needs and desires before her own, and doing so has given her a new sense of Ikigai. Remember this when you are exploring your Ikigai, it is something that will grow and change with you. Furthermore, not everyone knows what their Ikigai is. If you're reading this book, perhaps you're interested in discovering yours. Ultimately, knowing your Ikigai is about knowing yourself, which takes time and effort. It's worth investing this time and effort though, because once you understand your Ikigai, you can find ways to pursue it, and you may find that many seemingly unrelated areas of your life end up contributing to it in one way or another. In this chapter, I'll give you some guidelines to consider that may help you better understand what might make something your Ikigai. Common elements of Ikigai. After asking many people about their Ikigai, I began to notice common elements in them. To explain these commonalities, I've used a format of a greater than B. In other words, whatever a person's Ikigai, it has a tendency to be more A than B. This list should help you when you are trying to identify your own Ikigai. Everyday life lifetime. Although it's possible for your Ikigai to be your one great purpose in life, something that allows you to look forward to the future, remember that we live our lives moment by moment. Even if we are tempted to focus on the events that seem most significant in our lives overall, each major event wouldn't happen without the smaller moments leading up to it. Remembering this can help you see each moment as significant and valuable. As the saying goes, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. While it can be good to have a bigger purpose in life, whether personal or work-related, finding attainable Ikigai in your daily life is important to get you going. External world, internal world. Would it be possible to feel alive if no one reacted to what you said or did? Probably not. Being fully alive involves interacting with other people. Ikigai is not just something you find within yourself, but is often something that connects you to the outside world. For example, people enjoy hobbies such as photography or baking, not only for their own sakes, but also because they are able to share their experience or what they are good at with others. What Ikigai brings to your life? You might wonder what difference it makes to have an Ikigai in your life. As I said at the beginning of this chapter, Ikigai is about knowing yourself and what you want out of life. You can live happily making decisions based on your feelings or instincts moment by moment. But we all know that time flies by, and in order to make the best of the limited time we are given, having a direction in our life can certainly help us to live a more fulfilling life as a whole. What Ikigai brings to you would depend on what your Ikigai is, but for many, knowing your Ikigai will allow you to feel happy and content, find a stable state of mind, have better control over your day-to-day life, grow and progress, find a sense of purpose, feel more driven and motivated, become more proactive, find vitality to live and move forward. All of these things come as a result of knowing what you want and value in life. But above all, by being aware of what you truly enjoy and are passionate about, Ikigai brings you focus and direction, and serves as an anchor in your life. With Ikigai in mind, you will not have to think twice about what matters to you, and hence you will know what to prioritize. We are bombarded with endless decisions to be made day after day, but knowing your Ikigai will eliminate your insecurities about your decisions and allow you to make better ones. You will find that simple decisions, like how you spend your time, will automatically be made for you when you know your Ikigai. Chapter 3. Interests and Ikigai, Discovering Your Purpose in Life. The Japanese concept of Ikigai has become increasingly popular in the West as a way of finding purpose and fulfillment in life. Loosely translated as reason for being, Ikigai is the intersection of what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. But how do you discover your Ikigai? In this article, we explore the role of curiosity, hobbies, food, sharing, and volunteering in helping you find your purpose. Curiosity, a fundamental aspect of Ikigai. One common trait of Japanese people is their curiosity. Tokyo, in particular, is a city that embodies this trait, with shoppers eagerly queuing outside newly opened shops and restaurants, and a plethora of new products offered at the many convenience stores. Despite being a small island, Japan has a rich diversity of microcultures, each with its own local traditions, cuisine, and art. Japan's insular geography has encouraged its people to look beyond their borders, seeking new and interesting ideas. As Pearl S. Buck once observed, the people of Japan have been searchers and discoverers of the best in every culture. Their culture is an admirable blend of the best in other cultures and the indigenous culture of her own people. Having a curious approach to life can help you discover your Ikigai. Pursuing your curiosity leads to action, which is a fundamental aspect of Ikigai. Hobbies, pursuing your curiosity. Many Japanese people pursue their curiosity in the form of hobbies. In Tokyo, for example, there is a second-hand book market called Jimbocho near Tokyo Station with over 170 bookstores. Exploring this market was a hobby of the author of this article, and many Japanese people have similarly interesting hobbies. Some play shogi, a form of Japanese chess, wearing traditional clothing called hakama. Others go out to the suburbs to farm on weekends, or stroll along the streets of Ginza with friends, wearing their favorite kimono. Hobbies create a way for you to connect, share, and contribute to the outside world. Whether you bake, sew, paint, or teach, sharing your Ikigai helps you connect with others and feel fulfilled. The Great British Bake Off is a popular TV program that puts a spotlight on ordinary people who love baking and excel at it. When they bake, they must think of those for whom they're baking and the smile that will appear on their faces as they bite into the food. Food, bringing joy to our lives. Japanese people take eating very seriously. There is even a book called Oishi. Kenbi Ikigai, delicious. Kenbi Ikigai, written by a 92-year-old celebrity chef, explaining that good food can bring true joy. The never-ending curiosity of the Japanese people and the attention they pay to everyday things have made the act of eating an enjoyable experience for them, and their cuisine famous worldwide. Sharing your love of food with others is a powerful way to connect and contribute. Whether it's cooking a meal for family and friends, sharing recipes online, or running a food blog, food can be a source of Ikigai that brings joy to your life and the lives of others. Ikigai at every age, pursuing hobbies and volunteering. Japan is well known for the longer life expectancy of its inhabitants, and older people there are very active for them. It's about finding joy and fulfillment in everything we do, whether it's work, hobbies, or other activities. While many people might associate Ikigai with work or family, there are other ways to find it too. One of these ways is through volunteering. Volunteering is a great way to find Ikigai because it allows us to contribute to society and make a difference in other people's lives. It also gives us a sense of purpose and fulfillment, which can be very rewarding. Whether it's volunteering at a local charity, helping out at a community center, or participating in a fundraising event, there are many ways to get involved and make a difference. For example, Kaya Doi, the author and illustrator of the children's book Churi and Chira, found her Ikigai through volunteering to eliminate cruelty to animals. She started a free paper filled with illustrations to raise awareness and reach more people. Through her work, she found peers who are as passionate about the topic as she is, and she felt a sense of connection and contribution to society. Volunteering gave her a way to use her skills and passions to make a difference in the world. Volunteering can also provide us with new experiences and opportunities to learn and grow. For example, volunteering at a local hospital or nursing home can give us the chance to interact with people from different backgrounds and learn about their lives and experiences. We can also gain new skills and knowledge that we can use in other areas of our lives. Chapter 4. Work and Ikigai. The phrase work-life balance has become so overused that it's hard to understand what it really means. Balance suggests a 50-50 split, but this is not always possible in real life. Depending on the nature of your job, you may need to devote yourself entirely to work at certain times, while at others, you will need to prioritize family, and work will come second. It's difficult to separate work and life entirely because work is part of our lives, like our family, friends, and hobbies. Therefore, it cannot be treated as a separate thing. To find Ikigai, try breaking down your job into different components to discover what elements of your work bring you joy or motivate you. Even if your work is less than ideal, if you look carefully, there must be some element of your work that you enjoy. Try to reframe negative thoughts and acknowledge that perhaps you don't enjoy the element of your work that you are thinking about in that moment, but remember to reflect on the elements that you do enjoy. In Japan, people are motivated by being useful to others. Being thanked or praised is a major motivator for many workers. If being appreciated motivates you at work, you can start by thanking others for their actions. In a survey, 82% of the respondents felt that they needed to feel joy at work to feel fulfilled, and 74.4% responded that by being proactive, they themselves can make their job more meaningful. In order to be close with your Ikigai, you should be asking yourself the right questions to jobcraft successfully. In an interview with Professor Dutton, she emphasized the importance of self-awareness in successful job crafting. One way to become more self-aware is by keeping a log of your daily tasks and asking yourself the right questions. Here are some questions you can ask yourself. 1. What tasks am I doing? Keep a log of everything you do throughout the day, no matter how small. This will help you identify the tasks that you enjoy doing and the ones that you don't. 2. How do I feel about these tasks? Pay attention to your emotions during each task. Are you enjoying it or just trying to get it over with? 3. How am I spending my time? Track the amount of time you spend on each task. Are you spending too much time on a single task that you don't enjoy? 4. Who am I connecting with? Interpersonal relationships are important in job crafting. Are you lacking interactions, or are certain interactions impacting you negatively? Once you have mapped out your work, identify one small action you can take in each of those areas to make yourself happier or more motivated. Experiment with these actions and reflect on whether they helped you move along a path you wanted. You can also collaborate with a colleague to find ways to job craft together. Your colleague might enjoy a task that you dislike, so swapping tasks can be more efficient for both of you and your employer. By asking yourself the right questions and experimenting with job crafting, you can increase your job satisfaction and motivation. Chapter 5: Inspiring Ikigai, the Search for Life's Purpose. In this chapter, we delve into the personal experiences of 6 Japanese individuals and their search for their Ikigai, or their reason for being. Each individual has found success in their respective careers, not necessarily through material gain or status, but rather by following their true Ikigai. These individuals offer insights and inspiration for those seeking to find their own Ikigai in life. Rika Yajima, founder of the Japanese manufacturer Arrow, shares her journey towards finding her Ikigai. Yajima's interest in Japanese traditional crafts led her to travel around Japan, where she built a network of artisans. She founded Arrow, a brand of traditional Japanese products for children aged 0 to 6 years old, with the aim of creating products that are not just useful, but beautiful and comfortable as well. Yajima believes that by changing one's bowl or chopsticks, the food could taste better. Her Ikigai is to live in a beautiful world, which includes creating products that are beautiful, comfortable, and useful. For Yajima, Ikigai is what makes her feel grateful for being alive, and it provides positive feelings of excitement or happiness. She believes that Ikigai is something one does because they want to, not because someone else has asked them to. Pursuing one's Ikigai can lead to a more relaxed way of living. Yajima's Ikigai has remained unchanged throughout her life because it is at the core of her being. She lives her Ikigai every day, from the products she creates to the way she keeps her home. In times of difficulty, Yajima turns to her Ikigai as a guiding principle. She believes that staying true to her Ikigai even in challenging times helps her make better decisions, which ultimately leads to positive results. Yajima discovered her Ikigai through a continuous dialogue with herself, asking questions about why she likes certain things or why they feel more comfortable than others. She believes that Ikigai is not something one practices, but rather something that is found. Through Yajima's journey towards finding her Ikigai, we learn that the search for life's purpose requires introspection and self-reflection. It involves asking ourselves difficult questions and being true to our feelings. Ikigai is not something that can be easily summarized, but rather something that is felt deep within our souls. By pursuing our Ikigai, we can live a more fulfilling life that is aligned with our true purpose. Yajima's story is just one of many inspiring Ikigai journeys. By sharing these stories, we hope to inspire others to embark on their own journey towards finding their Ikigai. Whether it is through work, hobbies, or relationships, Ikigai can be found in many different aspects of life. The key is to stay true to ourselves and pursue what truly fulfills us, not what society expects of us. In conclusion, finding one's Ikigai is a lifelong journey that requires patience, self-reflection, and a deep understanding of oneself. It is a journey that is not always easy, but it is one that is worth taking. By pursuing our Ikigai, we can live a more fulfilling life that is aligned with our true purpose. As Yajima states, Ikigai is not about being assessed or valued by society, or at least, that is not where it starts. It starts with us and our innermost desires. So, let us embark on this journey together and find our Ikigai. Chapter 6 Ikigai is the action we take in pursuit of happiness. Ultimately, Ikigai is about knowing yourself and finding purpose and meaning in your life. In this article, we will explore the different ways of finding your Ikigai and how to pursue it to live a fulfilling life. The first step in finding your Ikigai is to identify your values in life, what you care most about, and what you prioritize. You can start by completing the sentence, I feel Ikigai when, and I feel Ikigai towards. For instance, you may feel Ikigai towards writing and feel Ikigai when you make a positive impact on people through your writing. Attempting to fill in these two sentences will help you see beyond just the object of your Ikigai, but also the values behind it. It is also essential to keep an open mind when searching for your Ikigai. Many people feel lost when they retire from work because they lose the aspect of work that provided them with Ikigai. However, knowing your Ikigai or the values that lie beneath your Ikigai will help you discover other ways to feel fulfilled at your next stage in life. You can look for activities that use your knowledge and skills to support others, such as volunteering. Your Ikigai doesn't have to be pursued in one defined situation or environment, and the object of your Ikigai can change as well. As long as you keep an open mind, your Ikigai can find a new outlet. Another way to find your Ikigai is to look at what you know. Looking for your Ikigai is more like taking a slow stroll in your own neighborhood than embarking on an unknown adventure. You may not have to look very far. Looking at both your current life and past provides clues about what your Ikigai might be. Don't limit yourself to the start of your career. Look as far back as your childhood. For example, if you loved writing essays as a child, it could be a sign that writing is your Ikigai. To help you identify your Ikigai, here is a list of questions you can ask yourself. Going back to my childhood, what did I enjoy the most? What events or incidents do I remember strongly? Does it still affect me today? Looking back at my life, what were the memorable moments where my emotions were stirred? What brings happiness to my everyday life? When do I feel happiest? What is the most fulfilling way that I spend my time? What puts a smile on my face just thinking about it? When have I experienced strong emotions? When do I find myself moved, and by what? Where does my curiosity lie? What keeps me from being bored? What aspects of my life do I seek change in? What is something I do even though no one asks me to? What would I still pursue even if the rest of the world didn't understand? What would I continue to do even if I had enough money to live happily ever after? What events do I look forward to in the future? What changes do I wish for in the future? What can I do about them? What makes me want to be alive to see tomorrow? Take your time answering these questions. When you are finished, look at your answers. You might see a pattern emerging, one or more themes that occur again and again. Half-forgotten childhood memories might take on a whole new meaning when you consider them alongside the things that. In conclusion, the concept of Ikigai offers a valuable framework for finding purpose, meaning, and fulfillment in life. By understanding our values, passions, and strengths, we can identify our Ikigai and pursue it with action. Ikigai is not a static or fixed state, but rather an ongoing journey of self-discovery and growth. Through the examples and insights shared in the book, we can see that Ikigai can be found in various aspects of life, such as work, hobbies, relationships, and community involvement. It is not limited to a particular culture or age group, but can be embraced by anyone willing to explore and cultivate it. Overall, the book Ikigai is a helpful guide that encourages us to reflect on our lives, values, and aspirations. It reminds us that we have the potential to live a fulfilling and meaningful life if we are willing to take the time and effort to discover and pursue our Ikigai. The end.